extending this to a 10-second spin, we'll need some more time on the timeline. You can see right here that we have the start is at 1 and we're on frame 1, and the ending is 90. You can also see it here on the printer output panel. You can see that it starts at 1 and ends at 90. You want the step to stay 1. So you can either change it here or you can change it here. I'm going to change this to 300 frames. That gives us a 10-second video. You can see the number here changing. Now we can't see all 300, so we need to change our zoom level. This is the scroll bar, but it's best if we grab the very end of it and slowly pull it over to the right, and now we can see the entire 10 seconds. I'm going to jump to the end because I need it to go back to its original, not this one, because then it would stay the same. We started with, let's go jump, keyframe jump. There is the first one. Remember we were at, change the transform properties, 45 degrees. So to get back to that original position, we're going to jump to the end and change this to 45 degrees. Remember, it won't remember that. So I'm going to right click on it and insert keyframes, or click on that little diamond to make it show up. Now when we press play, we've got a fast spin in the first 3 seconds, and then a slower spin as it goes back to its original position. Because it starts and ends in the same spot, it will loop perfectly for us. Rendering this, of course, now we need to render it, but first, go back to output and change the name of the file that's being created. You don't name it afterwards, you name it ahead of time. So this is now our 10-second spin. And when I render the animation, it's going to take longer. So make sure you reserve enough time in class to get that fully rendered.